What is good, jitlets? No, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna be like that. But anyway, guys, before we hop into this video, I just want to say, thank you for stopping by and looking, at my video. I don't really, make YouTube videos. I used to when I was a kid, but what we're gonna be talking about today is about trading, and we are gonna be just having a little sit-down conversation about mindset, because before you get into trading, you know nothing about nothing, and it's been a really long journey, let me tell you that. I thought, I was going to make so much money so quick, and, all this is going to work out, and I just blew almost every single account, just like over and over and over again, until something just clicked, and it just happened, and, this is when gold was like pumping every single night, and I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know where to start. I didn't know what to do. I didn't even know a singular thing about trading until one of my buddies, he started trading. And, it's just been a spiral up from there. And, the thing is that I know I wanted to make online some way, somehow. And I really wanted this shit to work out. And, the whole thing about trading is that you're not gonna get rich quick. You're not gonna make a shit ton of money overnight. That's just not how it works. And the whole thing about trading is you want to try to find what works for you, and you have to have the right risk management, have the right discipline, or you're just not gonna be profitable, bro. You're not. And the 7 months that I was not profitable, I was tired, I was very, very, very just overwhelmed, and just, I didn't know why it wasn't working. What was I doing wrong? It just spiraled into just me blowing so many accounts. And after I blew the accounts, I sat down, I took a week off, and I was like, okay, what am I doing wrong? And the main thing that I figured out what I was doing wrong, in my opinion, was I was over leveraging. I wasn't staying disciplined. I would take 1 to 10 trades a day, probably 20 if we're being honest. And once I stopped and I just took a second and, did not over trade and over leverage and over risk, is the point in my trading journey where everything just flipped. It did it all, a complete 180. And the whole month of February, I made around $15,000, I'm pretty sure, in trading. And I got $15,000 worth of payouts in January. I got $2,000 at the end of the month, and that's when it started to just spiral, and I just kept going, and I kept getting max payouts, and I'm still doing really good in my trading journey. I'm doing really good. I'm staying disciplined. I am journaling almost every single day, which I need to start journaling every day. If I don't, then my mindset's gonna be kind of screwed up. But all I'm saying is that if you're just starting your trading journey, you need to set yourself a list of rules, and write down your rules. Just you need to put your rules in your mind, and you don't need to trade more than 1 or 2 trades a day. 2 is pushing it, because the day that you realize that you will be profitable is the day that you quit over leveraging, over risking, FOMOing into a trade. The main reason why 95% of traders fail is because it's a mindset thing. Because the market does not give a shit about you. The market will not give you what you want all the time. And you got to realize that, some days you're going to take a loss. And you got to learn to, like, be okay with taking a loss. Because if you're not, then you will fail every single time. And I realized that after being profitable for a month. And, I'm still continuing to make some money. But, man, just don't give up. Because for 7 months long, it was just trial and error, and I was putting everything, all these combines, all these accounts on a credit card, and I was like to the last point where I was pretty much maxing out my credit card, and I really wanted this to work. And I still work, and I work a 9-to-5 job, and working that 9 to 5, it's stressful, living paycheck to paycheck every single day. And I really wanted trading to work because I want more for myself, and I don't want to be living like every other person on this planet, because we were all meant for so much more. We were meant to travel, just enjoy our lives. And the crazy part is that the only thing that's stopping you from doing that is yourself. And if you're not getting a payout and you're wondering why it's not going to work out, you're wondering why every single trade is not working, then maybe you should take a step back and realize, okay, what am I doing wrong? And just think to yourself, do I really have to get a payout now? Do I really have to make all this money so quick? Do I have to do all these things? No, you don't. You really don't. Like, you're not guaranteed to win every single trade. Like, nobody that I know has 100% win rate. Nobody. And even with, certain strategies, yeah, you could get a 60% win rate, but still, you're not going to win all the time. The market will humble you, and the market will literally chew you up and spit you out. And you got to realize that, because the day you realize that is the day that everything changes. It's the moment that, you're really going to realize, and you're going to change everything you've been doing, and then you're going to start getting those payouts every single day. On certain platforms you can get paid out daily, but Top Step 5 days, other prop firms, it's just different. But as I'm saying, all you got to do is just really lock in. And if you don't lock in now, then are you going to want to be 30 years old and be like, man, I wish I would have done it. I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have done that. And it's never too late to start now. But people might go to this video or go to TJR's video or anybody's video and be like, man, this looks really hard. I just don't think I could do it. I'm just not going to do it. And that's what's stopping you right there. That's what's stopping you, and that's what's going to keep you at your 9 to 5. And you're going to be a slave to every single, every boss. And it just makes me disgusted to think that, trading can literally change your life. And you don't have to go by rules. You don't have to listen to nobody. You don't have to go take a lunch whenever your boss tells you to go take a lunch. Like, what are you doing? Don't you want to be financially free? Don't you want to have everything you've ever wanted? Like, I'm literally 22 years old. I have tried drop shipping. I have tried, shop, like all the online, like selling courses. None of that shit works. It might work for some people, but it's not a stable income, and it's not a guaranteed income. Trading is, if you are disciplined, if you know what you're doing the right risk, you can replace your 9 to 5 with trading, and the possibilities are just endless. And a week or two from now, you could make quite a bit of money if you just really locked in. This is for traders that have already been in the game. If you're new, I would suggest that you learn and you take your time, because if you don't, then you will blow account after account after account, which everybody will. Everybody's not going to pass their first, combine and start instantly making money, because you will blow that first account because you don't know what you're doing. And that's okay. It's trial and error. Everybody learns differently, and that's okay. But the day that you realize what you're doing wrong is the day that everything changes. And you set yourself a daily stop loss. You set yourself a daily take profit, and whichever one gets hit, you're done for the day. Take 1 to 2 trades at max, and don't risk heavy. And that's literally the blueprint. If you know your strategy works and it's worked multiple times, then keep using the same strategy, but just change your discipline. Because your discipline is what matters the most. Because if you're disciplined, you will become successful. Like, I've made 17 grand in a month. In a matter of a month. I just want everybody to think about that. Most people don't even make any profits within 2 years. A lot of people don't. And my mindset switched in 7 months into doing this. And I took it slow, and the markets rewarded me. I stayed disciplined, and I made 17 grand in a month at 22 years old. So just let that sink in for people that, have started trading and just don't know where to go, don't know how to start, just wondering why your strategy's not working. It's you. It's 100% you. It's not your strategy. It's not all these ICT concepts. It's not, oh, well, I've had this strategy forever and it just won't work. No, bro, it's you. It's your discipline. I bet you took 20 trades that day because your first trade didn't work out, and you keep getting stopped out, and you keep revenge trading and, trading in different directions from your first trade. Like, bro, that's not, you wonder why you're not going to be profitable. You wonder why you haven't got a payout yet. It's because you aren't disciplined. You don't take the time and think, oh, okay, my trade didn't work out. Well, now I'm going to full port and go the other way. Oh, shit. Next second, oh, man, I got a blown account. Like, bro, you need to lock in, and you need to figure out what you're doing wrong, because I want to say 90% of the time it's going to be your discipline, and it's going to be how you react and your emotions. You can't be emotional. You cannot be emotional. It's okay to have a red day. If you see that you're negative 250 or 400 on the day, bro, get off the charts. What the fuck are you doing? Like, get off the charts. Every day it's a new opportunity to make money. But I'm down 400 and I'm 1 day from a payout. Okay, so what? So what? Quit doing stupid shit. Bro, you don't have to get that payout tomorrow. You don't. And that's what you gotta understand. Like, the market does not give a shit about you. So it's okay to take a red day. It's okay to lose that much amount of money in a day. Lock yourself out. What are you doing? You don't need to make that money right now. Obviously, if your trade didn't work out, you're gonna be emotional. You're gonna be like, oh shit, I need to get that money back now. No, you don't. That money means nothing. Dude, literally money means nothing in trading. If you're trying to make money and see this as a get rich quick scheme, you can just go. Because like, you are not going to make money. This is a business. So you have to treat it like a business. This is not a game. This is not gambling. This is not the casino. If you want to change your life truly, you need to lock the fuck in. And you need to do the things that you know you need to do every single day to start making your money. Because if you don't change those things, you're cooked. Like, I don't know how you're gonna get through this, how you're gonna do that. Because if you can't figure that out now, then it's gonna take you a few years to figure it out. You need to lock in, and if you want the life that you've always wanted and the life that you think that you deserve, you have to lock in and you have to stay disciplined. Like, I would have never thought I would have made 17 grand in a month. That's more than I make in like 4 months of work at my 9 to 5. Like, think about that. That's just so crazy. You just gotta lock in, dude. I know probably nobody's gonna really watch this video, but if they do, this is my trading journey, and this is what I've taken from being in the markets for almost a full year. You have to stay disciplined or it's never going to work. And I will live by that. It will never work. So just take my advice and just take it slow. Like, you're not going to get rich quick. 100% you're not going to get rich quick. You might make a significant amount of money, but once you start making that money, and you're just going to expect it every time, and when one day when your account, let's say you take a trade and you lose a trade and you're like, oh shit, dude, like I have a really good winning streak. Why? Fuck your winning streak. Winning streaks don't fucking matter, dude. You need to take a losing day, and when you take a losing day, you have to take it well and just get off the charts the rest of the day. Because if you don't, you will fuck yourself over in the long run. Trust me. I know. But you guys will do great in the market. You guys will be everything you ever dreamed of. You will get that supercar. You will get that dream life that you've always wanted. All it takes is you and your discipline and your risk management. And that is all I'm going to say. If this video, ends up doing well, I will continue to make videos, and I will continue to go about my trading journey with you guys, and maybe I will start, making videos and teaching people how to trade. And, if that works, then cool. But in reality, I don't feel like anybody's gonna watch this video, but if they do, I'm glad to have y'all here, and let's make 2026 our year for just life-changing events, you know. It's gonna be a great year. I can already see 2026 is everybody's year to just explode and make that money. But just know, by the end of next year, I won't be in a 9 to 5 anymore. Everything's just gonna be great, and it's all gonna be thanks to trading and myself. And that's what you got to, be excited for. It's gonna take some time, but once it really clicks for you, that's when you will, really understand everything and, be happy with yourself. Like, bro, hold on.